Welcome everybody to a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video today. And this week sees the release of the horror thriller Us hitting store shelves, along with the animated adventure Wonder Park, the comedy The Beach Bum, as well as Scream Factory is releasing the Volume 1 Universal Horror Collection plus much more. So let's go in, see the deals, exclusives, and we're at our first location, Walmart. So let's go in and see what they got. All right, everybody, we are in at Walmart here with this display for Us right here. Not bad at all. Pretty cool display right here. And the first thing I'm seeing is they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of Us for $22.96. They also have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital for $27.96, and the DVD over here for $17.96. And Joe and I did a movie review on Us. You can catch it on the movie review playlist. I'll also put a link down below in the description for you guys to watch our full thoughts on the movie. And we really enjoyed this one. It was very creepy, very atmospheric, very unsettling. I love the horror to it. I love you got to know the characters and you got to know their situations and you got to be in the moment with them. And I just love the story, and I love how, about not living up to your potential and other people wanting to take over your life and live your life and thinking they're going to do it better than you. Doppelgangers and a whole lot of really great stuff, man. It's I was really looking forward to what Jordan Peele was going to do next, and he did not disappoint with this. Usually sophomore efforts are kind of lackluster. This one, not so much, guys. I thought it was actually really good. I thought it was a really well done horror film, really well done thriller. There was a lot of pressure on his shoulders, but I think he actually delivered, man. I thought Us was really dynamic. Like I said, I like the horror to it. I like the story. I like the characters. I like the creepiness and atmosphere of it. I thought he pulled it off really well, man. It's not the greatest horror film you've ever seen, but you want to know what, though? I think so far for this year, it's probably one of the best horror films to come out, bar none. I think this one is going to be one where people are going to be talking about it for years and years, guys. Very well done movie. Definitely worth seeing, guys. I don't see any exclusives for Us, but I figured we weren't going to get any type of exclusives or anything, guys. But other than that, though, really cool that they have all the selection here, and it says meant to be watched over and over. And I agree with that, because to be honest with you guys, you will find something new every single time you watch it. All little nuances and character stuff. Very cool. Definitely something to be watched over and over again for sure. All right, guys. Well, that does it for this display. Let's see what else Walmart's got. Alright, guys, we are in this section of Walmart, and the first thing I'm seeing is they have the DVD of Wonder Park here for $17.96, the Blu-ray DVD and digital for $19.96, and they also have an exclusive here only at Walmart, Blu-ray DVD digital plus collectible plush for $24.96 right here. That's interesting. A Wonder Chimp backpack clip. Looks kind of cute. Probably something kids would really like. Very colorful. Probably something kids would enjoy. Not bad one right there. And if I can get it in. We'll see if that... Okay. And I saw this on Amazon Prime, guys. I gave it a look. Honestly, I wasn't big on the trailers, mind you, because quite frankly, as you guys know, I'm not an animation guy. It looked decent, but it was nothing that I wanted to go out of my way to watch in the theater. But watching it on Amazon Prime, man, it was honestly really good. I really enjoyed it. Basically, it's about this girl who loses hope after her mother gets sick, and she no longer has this sort of, flair for creating things and her imagination anymore, and she ends up losing that spark, and she ends up like going on this adventure, sort of trying to find it again, and learning to, like, still, even if times are bad, still end up having that spark, having that imagination, keep on going in your life. And I like the story here. I like the characters. I like the animation. The animation looks beautiful. It's very colorful. I think kids would really enjoy this one quite a bit. I was surprised how much I really enjoyed it, guys, because it's not a bad animation movie. It's not the best thing I've seen in a while. There's a lot better ones, but this is not bad, though. I would honestly say give this one a chance, guys, especially if you like a lot of animation stuff, you have kids. It's not a bad message for kids, and I think, again, the animation and the characters and everything are very lively. I think kids will have a ball with it, and it's also Dove approved, which is not half bad either, guys. Yes, for all you Dove approved fans out there, definitely give it a look. It's not bad, honestly. Better than I thought. Then over here I am seeing they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of Hotel Mumbai for $22.96 right here. And I got a chance to watch this on Amazon Prime, and I didn't watch it in the theater because I really, not that I'm not a fan of these type of movies, because I am. There was a lot of other stuff to watch, and this kind of skipped me and passed me by, but I wanted to watch it for the out and about, and man, it's a really powerful movie. It's basically based on that true story of the terrorist attack that happened, and man, it really is just very emotional. It's very sort of disturbing and brutal, and just the story of these survivors and the whole incident that happened, and it's really tense and really thrilling and just very dramatic. I really enjoyed this one quite a bit, guys. I thought it was honestly a really great sort of true life drama that I really enjoyed, quite honestly, man. I really did. I thought this was very well done, the acting and everything. Yeah, man, I really enjoyed this one quite a bit. It's one that does not hold back. You see people getting killed, you see the brutality. They don't hold back. So if you don't like that, then don't go for this. But I'm telling you guys, it's a really powerful story that definitely needed to be told, and I'm glad it did. So you know what? For me, yeah, I definitely recommend Hotel Mumbai, especially if you like true stories. Very, very well done, guys. Very well done. Then over here I'm seeing they have Under the Silver Lake, the DVD, for $12.96. And I watched this one on Amazon Prime, and this one completely passed me by. I heard of it, I've seen the trailers, but this one barely came to theaters, and if it did, it got buried big time. It's basically about this guy who is obsessed with this girl, and once she goes missing, he tries to find out what happened to her, and just this sort of vivid and crazy and wild ride in East LA. And I really enjoyed this one quite a bit. It's definitely an acid trip, man. There is so much weird stuff in this movie. I mean, it's not weird for weird's sake. There's context to it and everything. I mean, being LA, there's a lot of weird and odd people anyways at times, but this one was really just a delve into like craziness and madness, and I really enjoyed it. I like the mystery aspect of it. I like the thriller aspect of it. I like the comedy at times. I thought it was very underrated, and honestly, it's one of those movies where I think people will find it over time, but this one I believe got buried big time, and it's definitely worth your time to check out, man. I was honestly so surprised by it, by Under the Silver Lake. It's definitely a trip down a very crazy rabbit hole, but one that's definitely worth it, guys. Definitely give it a look if you haven't. Under the Silver Lake. Then over here I'm seeing they have the DVD of The Beach Bum for $14.96. And Joe and I did a movie review on this as well. You can catch it on the movie review playlist. I'll also put a link down below in the description for our full thoughts on The Beach Bum. And oh man, this one is one wild and crazy comedy, man. Matthew McConaughey gives one of the performances of a lifetime, man. He really does, man. Moondog, baby. Boy, Moondog is a goddamn trip, man. It's it's basically follows this guy who is this poet and a very brilliant and genius poet, and he gets kicked out of where he's living because of situations that happened, and he needs to find himself again and write again and become the genius that he's meant to be. And it's just a lot of crazy and weird sort of adventures along the way with this character, and so many weird and odd people, man. Snoop Dogg and Martin Lawrence and Isla Fisher and Zac Efron, and all these weird and crazy adventures, whether it's with like guns or weed or, you know, just like wild sex, and it's just so craziness, man. It's an original and subversive new comedy. Yes, it is. It's definitely something that's very unique and very interesting. It's a movie that I don't think everyone's gonna love. It's one that you're either gonna understand the movie or you're not. It's one of those ones that really is just go for the ride and enjoy it type of movies. I really enjoyed it just for Matthew McConaughey's performance alone. It's not a perfect movie. There's a lot of lulls and there's some boring parts in it, but you're on the ride with Matthew McConaughey, and he's so damn great in the movie. You just want to keep on that ride. So I would recommend it, but it's definitely not for everybody. But I enjoyed this Odyssey of an Acid Trip. Not bad, guys. Not bad at all. And the next thing I'm seeing over here, guys, is they have the DVD of Slaughterhouse Rules for $12.96. And I could have sworn I've heard of this movie. I think it got a theatrical release in the UK, but it never really came to the States here. I think it was supposed to at some point, but I think they held it back or something. I have no idea why. I never saw it, but I mean, Nick Frost, Simon Pegg, Michael Sheen, Asa Butterfield, you'd think it would get a release here in the States, but I don't remember it ever getting a release, guys. Not at all. I've kind of heard about the movie. I heard people who saw it actually really liked it, but again, it didn't get a big theatrical release. It's very limited, and I believe in the UK and maybe a couple other places, and that's it. Slaughterhouse. I mean, honestly, the synopsis looks cool, and I like sort of a good, funny, and gory film. I mean, and I know that basically Nick Frost and Simon Pegg, I know that they've done a lot of these really great team-ups in the past, and I know, if I'm not mistaken, people were really excited about this team-up, and then it just got dumped here on DVD. I mean, it didn't even get a big theatrical release or anything. Really odd. You would think, again, like people who made Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz and everything like that, you'd think they would get this, but no. Maybe the studio didn't understand the movie. And honestly, that does happen quite a bit, guys. There's a lot of studios out there who see a movie and they're like, yeah, I don't know how we're going to market this, and we're just going to dump it on DVD and Blu-ray. This might be one of those. I definitely got to check it out because I'm a fan of Nick Frost. I'm a fan of Simon Pegg and all these actors. It looks really cool. I wonder if it got a Blu-ray release as well, but I definitely got to check this one out, guys. From some people, I've heard really good things, but definitely let me know what you guys think. I gotta give this one a look, man. I do like the team up of Nick Frost and Simon Pegg. Next thing over here I'm seeing is they have No Manches Frida 2. Okay, for $12.96. I have never heard of this to save my life. Looks like a very dysfunctional sort of family and friends sort of comedy. What is this about? And it's over-the-top sequel. This is a sequel? Okay, it looks like one of those quirky, crazy comedies. I never saw the first film, so I can't even tell you if this is as good as the first one or not, because I've never seen any of them. I'm assuming the first one was really successful because we got a second one, but yeah, I don't know anything about this, guys. If you know anything about No Manches Frida 2, Pareso des Destrulo? Boy, man, I'm probably fucking butchering that, dude. I cannot say these words to save my goddamn life. Let me know what you guys think of this. Yeah, never saw the first one, and well, if I didn't watch the first, I don't know if I'd ever be interested in the second, but let me know, guys. The cover's not bad, though. Then the next thing over here I'm seeing is they have Heavenly Deposit, the DVD for $12.96. Savage. The end of the road is where faith begins. Oh, another faith-based movie. Oh, and we've got the classic Dove Approved right there. What is this about? Okay, about being on the dumps and re-accepting God, and okay. We see these almost every week, guys. These, losing faith, having to re-accept God type of movies. I mean, if I had a nickel for every time I've seen these movies at Walmart, I probably would be a rich man, guys. I don't know how this one is. They all seem the same, though. Right? They all seem the same. There's troubles, and, God is the only way to salvation. And, yeah, I've seen them. I don't know if this one is as good as the other ones or if it's as bad. Let me know what you guys think. The cover's okay. Doesn't really capture me, but could be okay. Then the other thing over here I'm seeing is they have the Blu-ray digital of Crypto for $14.96 and the DVD for $12.96 right here. And Alexis Bledel, Luke Hemsworth, and Kurt Russell, not half bad. Fear is the ultimate currency. Not bad at all, man. My man Kurt Russell is doing straight to Blu-ray and DVD now? Alright. Follow the money until it follows you. Kurt Russell, Alexis Bledel, cyber thriller. Okay. I mean, it could be pretty cool, guys. I mean, it could be a pretty interesting movie. I like a good cyber thriller. I like Kurt Russell. I'm a really big fan of Kurt Russell. I tend to give almost anything he's in a chance. Even if the movie's terrible, he's really good in it. So I tend to give this a chance. I like the idea, the synopsis of it. Luke Hemsworth is in it. Yeah, yet another Hemsworth. It seems like they're popping up like weeds now. Looks kind of interesting. I would be into it just for Kurt Russell alone. You guys have seen Crypto, definitely let me know. Not a bad cover. Not a bad at all. And if you guys are only into getting us on digital, they do have that only at Walmart 2-film collection, Get Out and Us on digital for $27.96. I showed it a couple weeks ago, but if you guys are interested in only getting us on digital along with Get Out, then get this one right here for $27.96. But I'm more of the physical media guy, so that's what I would go with, guys. But if you're interested, they do have that as well. Alright, guys, well, let's see what else they have here at Walmart. Alright, guys, we're over in this section over here, and a lot of these independent titles I showed before, but there's a couple of new ones here. And the first one I'm seeing is they have the DVD for Prolonged Exposure for $9.96 right here. Another Dean Cain special. We're seeing Dean Cain doing a lot of these like straight to DVD movies, man. Dean Cain's getting a lot of work, I'm telling you, brother. Holy cow. Psychotherapist Murdoch Lane. Murdoch Lane. That's a great fucking name. Murdoch Lane. Nice. When Detective Montenegro. Sounds like a Spanish name. Dean Cain's playing that? Okay. Okay. It could be a cool little crime thriller. I don't know. I mean, some of these straight-to-DVD ones are kind of cruddy, and some of them are really good. I trust in you guys to tell me what's good and what's bad. Definitely let me know about this one, guys. I mean, I like Dean Cain. Could be interesting. Not a bad cover, but, I'm looking at this cover right now, and something feels off about it. I mean, I know it's Photoshop, but Look at Dean Cain's head. Doesn't his head look way bigger than his body? Like, that looks really like a messed up Photoshop, man. It looks really odd to me. Yeah, it looks like a weird Photoshop job. Yeah, yeah, I don't know about that, man, but could be interesting. Good to see my man Dean Cain getting some work though. Good to see him getting some love. Then the other thing I'm seeing over here is they have the DVD of Red Summer for $9.96 right here. Look at that cover. Scream, Run, Die. Okay, Red Summer right here. What is that? A group of friends travel to local to enjoy their idyllic holiday according to the search for sun beaches. Oh, okay. Friends trying to have fun, going on vacation, and they're getting stalked by a killer. Think we've seen that one before, guys, haven't we? I'm not saying it's bad because there's a lot of ones that have come out that have copied a lot of other type of horror movies that are not half bad. I just don't know about this one. I mean, I like the cover, and it looks like the killer is wearing this weird fucked up pig mask. Kind of like something out of like Saw or something. It's got like a butcher there, butcher knife or something. Very interesting. I don't know, it kind of looks okay. Kind of looks like one of those independent B movie sort of horror slashers that, you know, you would find here at Walmart, guys. I mean, it could be okay, but, you know, it's tough because there's so many really great slashers out there, and a lot of slashers are shit, though. It's like really with any horror genre, there's a lot of shit, and you'll get the good stuff, but you gotta wade through a lot of crap to get there. I don't know if this is part of the crap or this is part of the good stuff. There's been some good independent ones in the past, like The Hills Run Red is not bad. That one's not a bad one. There's a lot of cool independent B movie slashers, but this one, not too sure about. Yeah, I'm sort of on the fence about this one. If you guys know anything about Red Summer, definitely let me know. I like the cover, though. Cover is interesting. Not bad. Other than that, that does it for Walmart, guys. Not a bad selection this week. All right. Let's head out. Actually, not bad selection this week, guys. More than I thought there was going to be, and definitely more than last week so far. A lot of really cool independent titles, a lot of big name releases, a lot of cool little surprises that I wasn't even expecting either, and at least one exclusive that we saw here at Walmart for Wonder Park. Not half bad here this week. Not half bad at all. Some pretty good variety and selection. Hope you guys enjoyed it here. Let's head to the next location and see what they got. All right, everybody, we're at our second location, Target, right here. And I'm actually really curious about going into Target because there was a lot to see over at Walmart, including that exclusive for Wonder Park. And yeah, it was kind of that little like plush toy keychain thing, but it was an exclusive. And I know usually where there's a week where there's going to be some sort of exclusive, Target usually does carry something to show off in an exclusive. And honestly, Target has really been stepping up their game as of late. You know, weeks where I thought we wouldn't see anything, we've seen quite a lot. Weeks where I thought we wouldn't even get any exclusives, they had some cool stuff to check out. So yeah, bizarre world where sometimes Target outdoes Walmart. Who would have thunk? But this is where we are, guys. I'm very curious to see what Target has, so let's head in and check it out. Alright, guys, we are in a Target here, and the first thing I'm seeing is they have the Blu-ray DVD and digital of Us for $22.99, the DVD for $17.99, and you know, I was looking when we were at Walmart, and it has this part of the back here with a quote from somebody that says, the best horror film of all time, which, by the way, is not true. I mean, that's a lofty quote, man, and it's not true. There's a lot of really fantastic horror films that are better than Us. This is a really great one, but there is some problems here. I mean, there is some plot holes, and there are times where you are frustrated with the characters, where you're like, just come on, Cole, get out of there. You're just really frustrated with them. But honestly, I think that's part of horror films in general, where you're going along with the audience and it's an experience. It's an experience wanting to be like, get out of there, or I wouldn't do that, or something like that. It's a part of that. But another thing which people may or may not like about this movie, guys, is whether or not you like the explanations in the movie or not. Because for some people, when they watch a horror film, they really are okay with explanations, and some people like it when there's no explanations. Now, me, I don't need everything explained for me, but I certainly don't want to feel like I don't know anything at the end. I want to feel like I've learned something about what's going on. There's an explanation here about the doppelgangers and where they came from, and I know a lot of people were very mixed on it. They were very, like, not sure whether they really liked the explanation or whether it should have even happened. I will honestly admit, though, guys, that I like the explanation, but I can see how people don't really like it. There's certain twists and turns here that work and some that don't. I mean, Jordan Peele's a great director, and this is only his sophomore effort. He's gonna get better, guys. But I thought, honestly, I don't know what I was expecting. I mean, I love Get Out, and I knew Get Out was great. I just didn't know if he could follow that up with something equally as good. And I think this is. I think this is equally as good. Despite some of the problems and maybe over explanation that maybe you didn't need, it's still a solid film that I think you guys should definitely check out, man. Definitely. Then over here, I am seeing they have the DVD of The Beach Bum for $16.99. And this movie is directed by Harmony Korine. Now, Harmony Korine, he ended up directing Spring Breakers, if you guys remember that one with James Franco. I didn't love Spring Breakers. I really like James Franco in it. I thought it was a decent movie, but Harmony Korine really reminds me of a director like Larry Clark directed a movie like Kids, which honestly Harmony Korine ended up writing, which is crazy, man. He seems like this sort of rogue filmmaker that does his own thing and puts characters in these weird, odd, and dangerous situations, and he's a director that doesn't follow the rules, which I kind of like that. And he doesn't always succeed, but it's very interesting the stuff that he puts out. And this one is definitely one of those movies, man. It's a really fascinating little movie that, again, man, I think Matthew McConaughey holds this all together. And crazy enough, you know who was originally supposed to be in this movie was Gary Oldman. It wasn't supposed to be Matthew McConaughey. And that blows my mind, thinking that Gary Oldman was going to be in this movie. Like, that would have been a completely different film if Gary Oldman was doing it, but I'm glad they got Matthew McConaughey because it reminds me of, like, the old school back in the day stuff of, like, him playing the bongos and smoking weed and everybody kind of, like, commenting about that. He's taken his persona from back in the day and spinning it into a very unique and interesting character. Not half bad. If you like these sort of more, like, quirky comedies, going down a really rabbit hole of a weird acid trip, definitely give it a chance, guys. Then over here I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray DVD and digital of Hotel Mumbai for $24.99. And again, man, this is such a really just terrifying true story. And I'm not really into religion or anything, guys, but it just baffles my mind how people can, like, kill, or they can justify killing through their own religion. That these people get manipulated, and I know it happens all the time, but the fact that these people do something for their religion, that they can justify it, and it's been happening for generations, so it's nothing new, but it's kind of very interesting how these things develop and they happen, and it's a shame that terrorism even exists to this day, but I feel these stories are important to be told, even though it's kind of hard to watch knowing that it actually happened. But the fact that it's as emotional as it is, it's a good reminder of the horrors of the world, and how terrible things really can happen. But it's a fantastic, amazing story, and one you guys definitely gotta watch, man. Then I'm seeing the DVD of No Manches Frida 2. Oh my god. This thing, I swear to God, this thing's gonna follow me around, guys. I don't know what much more to say about this. It kind of looks almost like a Spanish or Mexican version of like Crazy Rich Asians or something. Very quirky, very weird and oddball characters. I've never seen the first film, and maybe I should. Maybe this would make sense. I mean, definitely let me know what you think of this one. Kind of shocked that Target has it, but I have that. Then over here they have Under the Silver Lake, the DVD for $12.99. And this movie's directed by David Robert Mitchell, and he directed It Follows. And I remember watching It Follows in the theater with Bob, and man, we were blown away by that movie. We loved it. And there's always this really weird and unsettling vibe in It Follows, and it continues in Under the Silver Lake, where you're watching it and you know that something's not right, something's really off, and you can't quite tell what it is, but you know it's not good. And that's just the kind of director he is. He's a very interesting, fascinating director that doesn't do the normal stuff, which I like. Like I said, I think after It Follows, everybody wanted him to do a sequel or wanted him to do another horror film, and he went in a different route. And I think this is A24. Yeah, it is A24. I think I heard that when A24 picked this up, they really didn't know what to do with it, and they just like shelved it, or they buried the movie, which is a real shame. Like I said, I think people will find it over time, but David Robert Mitchell is a director I'm definitely keeping my eye on, man. Things like It Follows and Under the Silver Lake are movies that are very unique, and he has a very unique voice as a director, so I'm definitely interested to see what he does next. Then over here I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of Wonder Park for $19.99, the DVD for $17.99 right here. And honestly, it is a really good little animated movie. It's not as good as some of the How I Train Your Dragons, or even a couple years ago with Coco. It's not as good as those, but I still really like the message here, and I like the voice acting, man. I like Jennifer Garner here. Jennifer Garner plays a lot of like motherly roles now. She's done that like in animated movies or other like live action stuff. She always plays sort of the mother now, but she does a great job here. Matthew Broderick, dude, that was good. It was cool to see Matthew Broderick doing some voices, man. I miss him and stuff, dude. I really do, man. The voice acting was really good here. The designs and the animation was spot on. Overall, man, Wonder Park really surprised me. Again, I went in with low expectations and was honestly pretty surprised. I don't see any exclusive for Wonder Park, which is really weird, though. I thought we'd see some sort of exclusive, but shocker, shocker. Sometimes you don't always get what you expect, but yeah, nothing here for exclusives for Target on Wonder Park. And then the next thing over here I am seeing is they have the DVD of season 2 of Killing Eve for $17.99 right here, guys. And I remember when I did the Out and About a while back, and I was showing you season 1, and I think at the time I thought it was this sort of movie. I didn't think it was actually a season of a show. And I think some of you ended up commenting, like, you're like, yeah, it's actually a TV show. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I was looking into it, and I haven't seen any of season 1 or season 2, but I did catch some of the trailers, especially for season 2, and it looks really cool. It's this sort of cat and mouse game between these women, and one is sort of like crazed killing assassin, and one is trying to like chase after her, and it looks very sort of a darkly comedic series that I'm kind of interested now to check out, because once I saw the trailer for season 2, I was kind of like, okay, this looks like something that's right up my alley. It looks fun, it looks dark, The acting looks really cool. It looks like something that's right up my alley, so I definitely got to give this a look at some point. Definitely let me know what you think of Killing Eve, but it's very cool that's on the BBC, and BBC does a lot of really wonderful shows, man. A lot of shows that I wish would come to the States, but, you know, at least we get them on DVD. But, yeah, it does look good, though. Then over here I'm seeing they have season 2 of Will and Grace the Revival for $16.99, and I'm not a fan of Will and Grace, guys. I'm not. I know you guys are gonna kill me. You guys are like, really? You're not a fan of Will and Grace? I'm really not. I just don't like Will and Grace, man. It's not that Will and Grace is bad. It's just it's not my type of comedy. I like very dry wit comedy, like something like The Office. I never got into the original series, and I never got into the revival. It's not a show that really piqued my interest. I know it was something that was really popular. A lot of people were definitely interested in checking the show out. That were very happy that it came back. It's not something I really wanted to check out, guys, unfortunately. It's cool that it's back, and I like the fact that a show that people loved, you know, came back and got revived. I mean, it happens more often now than it used to, but it's kind of nice that something that people loved actually came back and they can still enjoy it, which is always nice. I always do like when fans of movies or TV shows get something that they love that comes back over time. I kind of like that. Even though I'm not a fan of it, I do appreciate people's love for Will and Grace. Other than that, guys, there is quite a bit of selection this week. No exclusives, unfortunately, but a lot to show off. Not bad at all, guys. All right, let's head out. Quite a good selection this week over at Target, guys. But I will admit I'm a little disappointed because I thought we were going to get an exclusive this week. I thought if it wasn't going to be for us here at Target, it was going to be for Wonder Park, because I thought, you know, Target is a big proponent of like family friendly and really, you know, shouts that out in a big bad way. So I thought, okay, Wonder Park's going to get an exclusive, and it didn't. So it's kind of really weird that they didn't do an exclusive for that, guys. But again, lacking that, they did have a lot of really great selection, and as long as we got great selection, I can kind of forgive the exclusives just a little bit, guys. I can kind of, but still slightly disappointed on that. But overall, though, a lot of really great stuff to show off this week for sure, guys. All right, let's head to the third and final location and see what goodies we can find there. All right, everybody, we are at our third and final location, the Beast Best Buy. But before we go in, I wanted to talk to you guys about a few trailers that I saw. The first being Dr. Sleep. Yes, guys, I saw the Dr. Sleep trailer, and you know what? It's kind of interesting because I think all of us can agree that The Shining is a great horror movie. Not only is it a great horror movie, but it's a great classic horror movie. It's one of the greatest classics. It's one of Stanley Kubrick's best films, and it's even spawned like a lot of discussion and documentaries. If you guys ever see the documentary Room 237, it's a very like conspiracy theory documentary, but it's really fascinating stuff, man. And I know they've tried to remake The Shining a couple times, very unsuccessfully, and you know, I knew that Stephen King wrote the book Dr. Sleep as a follow-up to The Shining, and I was thinking to myself, I said, I don't think this is ever going to get made, man, because why would any studio want to tempt the fate of, like, making a follow-up to The Shining, man? Why would you do it? It just, you know, why would you even try to accomplish that, man? I don't think you'd even succeed, but you know, the movie is coming out, the trailer's here, so clearly they are tempting fate, guys. And honestly, I really like the trailer, man. I really do. I think it looks really interesting. I think it's very different than what The Shining is. I mean, there's a lot of like the imagery of the twins and the blood and stuff like that. I mean, I know that there's imagery like that, and I know it's going to be in the movie, but I don't think it's going to be a cash grab like, oh, they're going back to the Overlook Hotel and they're doing the same exact thing as The Shining. I don't think it's going to be that. I think it's going to be more of like Danny older, with all the memories of what he had to deal with, and him helping this little girl who who is trying to run away from this cult that's trying to kill people or something. I think it's kind of going in that direction. It's not going in the cash grab of we're doing the exact same thing like The Shining, which is good because you can't replicate The Shining. You know what I mean? You can't do it. I mean, you can try, but you're gonna fail. And I feel like if you were to do the exact same thing, I think fans would really hate you for it. So I think if you do something a little bit different and unique, I think that you can pay homage to The Shining. You can put some of the imagery in there, but as long as you do something a little bit different, something that's not gonna spell out a cash grab, that I think fans will really appreciate it. Again, I didn't read the Dr. Sleep book, so for me, I'm going into this movie very fresh. So I'm very anticipating it, and not only that, but I'm a huge fan of Ewan McGregor. So anything Ewan McGregor does, I'm pretty much on board for. So that is definitely one I'm definitely looking forward to in a big bad way, guys. The next one I saw was the Banana Splits movie, and I want to thank my subscriber George for that because, oh man, dude, like, this is weird, man. This is weird shit, bro. You know, I was never around for the Banana Splits show. I never was, so I don't know anything about that sort of kids show. It was before my time, so I watched this trailer and it looks very demented and very dark, and just one of those movies where you're just like, this is supposed to be a kid's movie, but it turns into something really more horrific, and these children's characters are killing people in horrific ways, and I think it looks fucking awesome. I really do. Like, I seriously was like watching the trailer and I'm like, this is so fucked up and weird that I just might like it. Like, and I like a lot of weird stuff, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I like some weird shit. But this looks like something that is truly demented, and it truly takes a kid's like program and just flips it on its head, man. And anytime you do that, I gotta respect you, because that takes balls, man. That takes balls, because a lot of times you really don't know whether that shit's gonna work, and when it does in a big bad way, guys. So you know what, man, it looks fun to me. It looks kind of cool. I really think it looks awesome, man. And yeah, I mean, those are the two trailers that I saw off the top of my head, man. Some really cool trailers, some interesting, unique stuff, but definitely worth it. Definitely let me know what you guys think. Very two different styles of horror movies, Dr. Sleep and the Banana Splits movie, but both look very interesting and very unique, and definitely seems very worthwhile checking out. Definitely let me know what you guys think, and well, in the meantime, let's head into Best Buy and see what they got. Alright guys, we are in at Best Buy here, and the first thing I'm seeing is they have the Blu-ray DVD and digital of Us for $22.99. They also have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray edition for $27.99, and they have a 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray digital limited edition Best Buy Steelbook right here for $32.99. And that looks kind of interesting. You got the shears right there. You got the logo for Us. Not half bad. It's a pretty simplistic cover, though. It's nothing dynamic, just the shears, which the shears alone is pretty much terrifying in and of itself, but not bad steelbook there with sort of short of the gold there. Simple, but I kind of like it. Very different from this here as well. Not bad art. Pretty decent for all you steelbook lovers out there. And I wanted to take a moment to really talk about Jordan Peele, because man, Jordan Peele is just a very creative force, man, and it's kind of an unexpected force, because he started with Key and Peele, and Key and Peele is such a phenomenal, like, funny show, and he goes into horror, and I think a lot of people were like taken aback by that. I know that I was, because I was like, wait a minute, one half of Key and Peele is doing horror? And I really was kind of like shocked by that. And then I saw Get Out with My Girlfriend, and I'm like, this is brilliant. This is really great, wonderful social commentary. and I was like, this is a great horror film, and he did a phenomenal job. And you could really tell that he's a huge fan of the genre, and he loves it so much, and he has a passion for it. And then doing the sophomore effort here was really fantastic too, because there's more social commentary here. It's a different film than Get Out. It's not the same horror thing that he's doing. He's switching it up a little bit. He's changing up the formula. He's a very interesting dynamic director and a very interesting creative force. And I can't wait to see what movie he does next. And I know he's hosting that the reboot there of The Twilight Zone, which I haven't seen any of it, and I have to watch it because I'm really highly anticipating it. I saw the trailer, and it looks really, really well done, and I can't wait to delve into it. I've heard really good things, so definitely let me know if that's worth it to check out, guys. But he really is a creative force, somebody definitely worth investing time into, and he feels like a director that's going to exclusively do horror. And there's not many directors out there that really exclusively do horror anymore. And it's kind of cool that he's going to be the new voice of horror, kind of like how James Wan was and a few other people. I'm very interested to see what he does next, guys. He's a really dynamic director. I love these two films. I really do. Can't wait to see what he does next. And you have a ton of features here. You have The Monsters Within Us, Tethered Together, Making Us Twice, Deleted Scenes, Redefining a Genre, Scene Explanations, Duality of Us. A ton of featurettes here, man. A lot of really cool featurettes. Definitely not bad for your price, whether you're picking up the $22.99 one, $27.99 one, or that really nice Steelbook, guys. Whatever you pick, not bad, but definitely give it a whirl. It's one of the better horror films to come out this year, and it's one of the better ones even within the last year or two. Very, very well done stuff. Jordan Peele, big props, man. Can't wait to see what you do next. And the next thing over here I'm seeing is they have the Blu-ray DVD digital of Hotel Mumbai for $22.99 right here, guys. And again, there's not much more to say about this other than the fact that it really is a powerful story, and it really is something that I think needs to be watched. A lot of these ones that are hard-hitting true stories, like the whole like World Trade Center thing with the flight, and this one with the terrorism thing, it feels to me like they're hard movies to watch, but they're important movies to watch for historical purposes. And I feel like we need to keep the story alive so that people remember the sacrifices that these people made, and also at the same time that we don't make these same mistakes again. I think it's extremely important. But it's a really fascinating story, very well told. The acting is amazing here. Dev Patel, Armie Hammer, Jason Isaacs, everybody hits it out of the park, dude. It really is a very wonderful movie that I feel like didn't get a lot of love in the theater, but hopefully it'll get a lot of love now, guys. And you have here story and cast, finding the true story, humanity within tragedy, and real-life heroes. Not bad special features. If you don't want to buy it, definitely at least give it a watch, because it really is worth it, and it's a tremendous true story, and a terrifying one, but one that's extremely well told. Then the next thing over here I'm seeing is they have the Blu-ray digital of The Beach Bum for $19.99, and you know what this movie reminds me of? This movie reminds me of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and it's interesting because Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is one of my top 10 favorite films of all time. And what I feel with this movie, there's a message here. There's a message here, and I feel sometimes maybe it gets a little bit kind of hidden with the craziness that happens in the film. With Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, it was like these guys are doing very weird and terrible and crazy things in the course of like the 70s, and sort of the social commentary of the times and how things have changed and how they haven't. And I kind of feel like this is the same way. There's a really great deep message here about humanity and about the times and about dealing, with money and your like your whole like self and your persona, and how people sort of look at you and identify you. There's a real great message here, and I feel like a lot of people aren't going to grasp it, or they're not really going to understand it. It's a movie that I think a lot of people are going to be very hesitant on. I think they're going to watch it and they're going to be like, this is just a party movie and that's it. And I gotta be honest with you guys, I think it's more than that. It's a very crazy movie with a lot of crazy sort of just hijinks, but I think underneath it is a very powerful and interesting message. You just gotta wade through some of the craziness in order to get there, but I think once you really see that message, it's really gonna pop, guys. And again, Harmony Korine is a very interesting and fascinating director, so I am curious what he does next. If you didn't like Spring Breakers, and I wasn't a huge fan of it, I would still say give Beach Bum a chance, because again, I think just Matthew McConaughey alone, and I think the story is really original, and there is a lot of subversity in there, but very unique stuff, guys. Very unique. Definitely give it a watch. And unfortunately, there's no special features here whatsoever. I wish there was a special features here or a commentary by Harmony Korine. I would have loved to hear what he had to talk about, but no special features on this thing. And for $19.99 with no special features, I would say maybe hold on until there's a sale, guys. I mean, it's a good movie, definitely worth watching, but maybe wait until it goes down to $14 or $10 in a sale at some point, but it's still worth watching, man. It absolutely still is. A crazy, wild ride of a film, but a crazy, wild ride worth getting into. Then the next thing over here is I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of Wonder Park for $19.99 right here. And again, a really solid animated movie for kids, man. And honestly, there's not a lot of really great ones for kids out there. I feel like the animation is really weak a lot of times in some of these ones. Outside of Disney and Pixar, there's not a lot of really great ones that are in the game right now. I feel like this is a really great one for kids, and again, with a lot of really great stuff out there for kids right now, like Toy Story 4 is coming out, and a lot of other really interesting stuff that just came out on Blu-ray and DVD, like the How to Train Your Dragon 3. I feel like this might get drowned out a little bit, but I'm telling you guys, give it a chance, because honestly, it was a really fun time, and if it was fun for me, I would assume it's going to be fun for kids. Not bad at all. A very imaginative family adventure, and indeed it is, guys. You get sing-alongs, how to draw, Gus the yodeling beaver, okay, and more. Very interesting. A lot of special features for kids, guys, which it's a kids' film. Can't say I blame it, but there has been other Blu-rays that have come out that have had really great special features to them, like Coco, a lot of making of stuff. So you can do a making of like doc for these animated movies, but I think this one was just interested in more like kid-friendly material, but definitely worth checking out, guys. Especially if you're a fan of amusement parks. They have some really cool stuff in here that would make amusement park lovers jealous if they ever created such a thing. Very cool stuff, guys. Then the other thing over here I'm seeing is they have the Blu-ray digital of Crypto for $14.99. Ooh, again, man, not really too much more about this I can honestly say, other than, again, it's worth maybe just for Kurt Russell alone. And Kurt Russell has been having a huge comeback as of late, man. A huge comeback late. I mean, he's been doing those Fast and the Furious movies. He did that Santa Claus film that came on Netflix, which I still have to watch. He's been doing a lot of really great work, man, and it's great to see my man Kurt Russell doing work, as I love Kurt Russell, dude. I've loved Kurt Russell since the 80s, man. He's a treasure, what can I tell you? I didn't really think he'd ever do like straight to DVD and Blu-ray work, but see, there's certain actors who do this type of straight to DVD and Blu-ray work where I'm like, maybe it's not going to be good. If Kurt Russell does it, Kurt Russell doesn't do anything if it's not worth doing. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain ones like Steven Seagal, where Steven Seagal does it and I'm like, yeah, the movie's probably shit. Kurt Russell does it, I'm like, that kind of intrigues me because he rarely ever does it. So this one might be interesting, guys. Definitely let me know if you have seen Crypto, what your thoughts are. And you got, a commentary, very nice. A lot of these straight to DVD Blu-rays don't have commentaries. So that's really cool. Creating crypto featurette trailer gallery. Not a lot, but at least we got a commentary, and the commentary is really cool. Not bad at all, guys. Really cool to see a commentary for this. And again, you know, like I said, Kurt Russell, I'll almost watch anything he does, guys. Not bad at all. Alright, guys, that does it for this section. Let's see if Best Buy has anything else. Alright, guys, we're over in this section here, and there's not really anything new that's over in this section that we didn't see over in the front part of the store, but you know, a couple things that they still have here. They have that Star Trek trilogy, the Kelvin timeline, which I showed you guys before, but honestly, I don't think this is worth it. You don't get all of the features here, and at the same time, I really only care for the first Star Trek one, so not bad. But it does come with a Kelvin timeline fold-out poster, which actually would be really cool, but I'm assuming people are selling that on eBay, so you know, you can get that separately. They do have that Matrix trilogy steelbook that I showed off, which is still really weird, dude. God, that is a weird design for a steelbook with the cat. I mean, like I said, I get it, but just a weird design. Doesn't make any sense to me. Not that. And speaking of steelbooks, guys, they do have a section all over here full of steelbooks that I've shown before, but there's a couple new ones that I didn't see yet. There's a couple ones here which is really cool. They have Transformers the movie limited edition 30th anniversary steelbook here, which is really nice. Look at this sucker, man. God, that thing is cool. Damn, man, it's been a long time since I watched this movie, but a goddamn fucking classic this is. Very nice, man. Very nice indeed. That's a sweet steelbook, man. Definitely worth checking out that one. They got over here, they got a pitch black one with Vin Diesel. Nice. That's a really cool one, dude. I like that one a lot. And you know what, man? I really hope they do another movie with Vin playing the character of Riddick. He's teased it on like his Facebook page a lot of times, but he keeps on doing the Fast and the Furious franchise, which, look, I know the shit makes money, but I want to see him do another Riddick film. Am I alone? Definitely let me know, guys. But that's a really cool steelbook they got there. They also have a Dances with Wolves steelbook here. Interesting. Not a bad movie, but very dated still. Very, very dated of a movie, but still really good, though. And one of Kevin Costner's better films. Not bad at all. Dances with Wolves there. They also got... what other new ones I'm seeing? They got the Matrix Revolutions steelbook. It's okay. It's an okay looking steelbook. I mean, it's better than the trilogy set, put it that way. I'm not in love with the movie, but it's not terrible. I think it's honestly a better movie than Reloaded, but not by much. I kind of go back and forth, depending on the day. Sometimes Reloaded is better, sometimes Revolutions is better. It depends. And anything else I'm seeing here? Oh, well, I gotta show off. They have a Space Jam steelbook. Look at this sucker, man. Space Jam. God, it's been so long since I've seen Space Jam. God damn it. I remember loving this when I was a kid, dude. Bill Murray was hilarious, man. Michael Jordan was the man. God, been so long. Maybe I have to revisit Space Jam. I heard that LeBron James is doing a Space Jam sequel. Like, I'm like, really? Many years later, we need a Space Jam sequel? But I guess that's what we're getting from LeBron, okay? Kind of weird. Just give me the original. God, I still remember loving this movie. Not bad special features either. God, some really cool steelbooks over here at Best Buy, man. Not bad at all. Always cool to check out what Best Buy has, especially over in the steelbook section. All right, let's head out. Not so bad with releases this week over at Best Buy, guys. I mean, we got most of the new releases. We didn't really get any niche releases this week, I mean, compared to last week. But I mean, we did get that cool exclusive for us. Also, some really cool and interesting steelbooks that I didn't see before over at Best Buy. You know, what's really interesting about Best Buy is you can literally go around the whole area of the media section, and you could always find something really interesting and cool that you've never seen before. I always like diving into that and sort of checking out some of the releases that maybe I didn't think they'd have, but they definitely did. I really do enjoy that, guys. Not bad this week. Some really cool stuff to check out, some cool exclusives and some interesting titles. Let's head home and finish the video. Alright everybody, that'll do it for the Blu-ray and DVD out and about video this week. And not bad variety this week, I gotta admit, guys. Not bad variety. I mean, you got animation, you've got horror, you've got comedy, you've got a lot to offer this week. Certainly not as many exclusives as I thought we might get, but you know, sometimes it's hit or miss depending on what's getting released and, you know, what the stores are willing to, you know, spend their money on, you know, as far as exclusives are concerned. It's tough. I mean, it was still cool to see some of the exclusives this week. You know, you got one for Wonder Park, you got one for us, and you know, I think it depends on how big the movie is and if stores think they can sell the exclusives. I mean, when you look at something like Best Buy does really great on steelbooks, man. And when I went to Best Buy this week, when I showed you guys that steelbook, that was the only steelbook that they had left. That was the only one. There was no other steelbooks that they had. So it was really one of those things of like, I'm glad I showed it off for you guys, because I'm pretty sure if I were to go back now, that thing is completely gone. So it's just one of those things where certain stores know that they can sell certain items, so they're really going to go for it, like Best Buy with steelbooks. And then you have other things like Walmart that has those little like plush toys or those little figurines and everything. They tend to sell really well on that. I guess it just depends on the movie, how big the movie is, whether they think they can sell it to that certain audience. I'm always fascinated by it, guys. I really am. That's why I love checking out the exclusives, because I'm like, I wonder what the stores are investing in as far as which movie they think is popular enough to do this exclusive for. So I'm always kind of fascinated, honestly, by this type of stuff, guys. And yeah, it's always kind of cool seeing what the stores have every week, exclusives or no exclusives. It's always fun. And you know, I wanted to touch on another thing real quick, guys, because I saw this article a few days ago that I don't know if you guys have even seen this article or not. And it is this article right here. I don't think you can see it, but Sony proposes closure of CD and Blu-ray UK distribution plant. And I'll just kind of skim through this real quick and talk to you guys. Sony has announced the proposed closure of its DADC Digital Audio Disc Corporation UK distribution site in Enfield, England. Let's see here. Such closure would invariably be a repercussion of the ever-growing consumption of music and video streaming and subsequent decline of physical media, as Sony recognizes. Let's see here. A statement, they said, as consumer habits in the home entertainment market continue to evolve, Sony DADC in England announced its proposal to close its distribution site in Enfield, England. This is at proposal stage at present, and the company will consult fully with the affected employees and their appointed employee representatives on the proposal, including ways in which to support employees and mitigate the impact of the proposal. That's all that this article honestly says, guys, but it really comes down to the fact that a lot of these places right now are really deciding whether to keep physical media around and whether it's worth it to really continue to invest in this, guys. I mean, a few months back, we saw the whole thing with Samsung stopping the Blu-ray players. Sony is now proposing this, and it's you know, I mean, my friends and I made a video on it. We made a video on, you know, digital streaming versus physical media. We made that video. It's on the channel, I mean, for me, guys, how I look at it is that, you know, I never know how long physical media is going to stick around. Once the VHS decline happened and DVDs became really huge, there was a certain level of, okay, physical media is still on the rise. And then when Blu-ray came in, Blu-ray was on a rise, but far less than DVD was. And now 4K is even less of an increase than Blu-ray. And so I think these companies see the increase going lower and lower and lower, and I think they realize that honestly, a lot of these places wonder if it's even worth it to continue. For me, I think it's worth it. I'm a physical media guy all the way, but I think they see where the trends are going. They see that physical media is slowing down and streaming is ramping up. And they wonder, where do we invest the cost? Do we invest the cost in more streaming content, or do we invest the cost in more physical media? I think you need both. I honestly think you need both, guys. And as far as I'm concerned, look, I'm someone that hopes physical media stays around for a long, long time. But I also fully recognize that, by the way, guys, you want to know what? Physical media can go at any moment. Like these companies right now, I think right now physical media is. I think there's moments where it's at a really good place and moments where it's not. And I feel like it's almost hanging by a thread. Like any moment, these companies can say, is it really worth it for us to invest in this anymore? And that's why I always talk about going to support the stores, go to Amazon, buy the physical media, really, really support the physical copies because right now we're at this sort of impasse where these companies are really deciding what do we do? And it's up to us, the consumers, to really make our voices heard, and that's through our dollars. I certainly do it. I know that you guys do, and I really hope these companies hear us because, I mean, the independent studios hear us, but these big corporations like a Disney, like Sony, like Samsung, like a lot of the big studios that release all this stuff, I think they're right now saying what do we do and how do we go about it, and I'm very curious to see what the future holds, guys. But again, it's articles like this one that really is fascinating to me, guys, and it really just makes me feel like whatever decisions are being made, they're gonna be made within the next year or two, and it's gonna affect us, the physical media lovers. So I definitely keep up to date with Blu-ray news that's going on, guys, because I think the more you're informed on, I think the more important it is. So definitely keep up to date and informed on stuff because it's maybe you can send these people an email or something and really talk about your passion. I see the passion on Blu-ray.com. I see the passion in my comment section. It's one of those things where I really do appreciate, your love for physical media, and I think these companies need to see that love as well, guys. So I'm very fascinated by this stuff, and I definitely wanted to share it with you guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video here. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope you enjoyed this video, plus the host of other videos that I do as well on the channel. The other Blu-ray and DVD out and about videos, the Blu-ray pickup videos, the theatrical movie reviews I do with my friends, plus movie hunting, discussion videos, and so much more for the channel. If you enjoy movies and physical media, hit subscribe and be a part of the Film Fan Nation. I want to thank my subscribers so much. You guys are really awesome. You honestly are, man. And I love the feedback, and I love the love that you have for the channel. It keeps me going for sure, guys, and I really appreciate that love so much. And before I go, well, I almost forgot to tell you that I got some pickups this week, guys. Of course I got some pickups. Come on, guys. What I got in the mail? Well, the first thing I got in the mail is from Scream Factory right here, guys. I got a package in the mail from Scream Factory. Now, I am incredibly excited about this title, guys. This is like bucket list. I'm excited about this title, man. This is a foreign film collection from Scream Factory. You guys know I'm a big horror fan, and I'm a lover of old school horror stuff, and this is stuff I really want in the collection. And when they announced it, I knew this was an instant buy, so I definitely went for it in a big bad way, guys. So for me, man, this is a really must have. Can't wait to delve into this. I also got a package in the mail from Massacre Video. Now, actually, this is the first time I've actually bought anything from Massacre Video, guys. This is a basically a title that is, frankly, it's a Scream ripoff. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but there was a ton of Scream ripoffs back in the day. This is one of them, and I remember really liking this title. Of course, I haven't seen it in a really long time, but when Massacre Video announced it, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give this title a chance. Haven't watched it in a long, long time. Feels like a blind buy, but it's something I'm definitely hyped about, guys. So first time ordering from Massacre Video, but cannot wait to see what I'll think of the title a second time, guys. Very interested in this one. And I also got a new release over at Best Buy, guys. Of course, I had to get a brand new release supporting the stores a little bit, guys. A really interesting title that I very much loved in the theater and couldn't wait to pick it up here for the collection, guys. So, 3 things for the week, plus a host of other titles that I've gotten for the course of the month, and so much more, guys. So definitely tune into the Blu-ray pickups video, which will drop the beginning of next month. It'll show off all the pickups that I got for the month of June, and it's going to be quite the variety, guys. A lot of cool stuff that's coming here. B-movies, limited editions, collector's editions. Oh my god, some retro titles, so much to check out, guys. So definitely tune into that. And tune in to a whole lot of stuff this upcoming weekend, more reviews, plus a host of other things coming to the channel over the course of the next month. A lot of really exciting things coming to the channel, and I cannot wait, guys. Again, I want to thank you guys all for the support so much. Thank you so much. And again, I will see you back next week for a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video. Take care, everybody, and happy hunting.